What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Guys podcast, episode number 4. My name is Landon. I am your degenerate co-host. No Josh today. We're going to try something new with the podcast. This is going to be a movie, and I'm going to talk about other things in the podcast. And hopefully this will mesh well, and we can continue doing that. Anyways, today's movie, Fear Pharm 2. I do not have a lot of nice things to say about it. I enjoyed the first one. The second one was considered Josh's gutter balls, which you will hear more about later. Anyways, before we get into Fear Pharm 2, I'm going to talk about Saw 11 as some news just dropped, and I wanted to get that off. So, we got an update from LinkedIn. Out of everything you could have got an update in, we got an update from LinkedIn on Billy the Puppet's LinkedIn. So, this all starts with Billy the Puppet updating his LinkedIn to say that he is now a life coach. He also put out a statement being like, I think he's like, this franchise isn't dead, because people were like, well, the franchise is dead. They moved Saw 11, which The Strangers Chapter 2 took Saw 11's release date. Yeah, more on that. The Strangers Chapter 2 will release September 26, 2025. Hopefully it's better than Chapter 1. There's only one good scene in that movie anyways. Now back to what I was originally doing, which is, so they were stuck in a little bit of a limbo there, because it wasn't the story that had the problem. The story was like John Kramer's going to take out, I think like an insurance firm that denies him health insurance for his cancer or something like Saw 6. Well, this was being tied up because there was people that wanted to reboot the franchise, and there's people that wanted to keep the franchise going with Saw 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, they've been arguing, and that's why we don't have Saw 11 coming out this year. So, I think one person wanted to keep the movie going, and the other one wanted to go to Blumhouse. Like, they had a deal with Blumhouse that fell through, so now I think they're in the process of selling it, or maybe they're going to go back to the Saw 11, 12, 13 idea. More to come on that news. I just wanted to bring that up real quickly. Now let's get into my first thing for the podcast. I always do these every podcast. It's a bunch and a bunch and a bunch of channel updates. Let me get my handy dandy notebook out. Pull out my notes that I wanted to talk about. Alright, next week's podcast will be House of Wax. We're going to be in for a ride on that one. And after House of Wax, you're going to get our mystery podcast. It was going to be Nosferatu 2024, but that has changed. Also coming up soon, I've got 2 more of those ranking videos. I've got top 10 horror movies that people hate that I actually enjoyed, and my top 10 most hated horror movies. Also, Dead Man's Curve review coming up soon. It's a 1998 thriller movie. It's got Matthew Lillard in it. He basically plays Stu. More on that. You're getting a Cherry Falls review sometime next month. I haven't decided on a date for that. Also, April 16th, you will get our ranking video for the Halloween franchise. That's going to be our first ranking video. And me and Josh will be here, hopefully, and we'll just be sitting down and discussing our rankings for all the Halloween movies from Halloween to Halloween Ends. All 13 movies ranked into one list, differing probably because we have different opinions. Also, did you guys see the Final Destination Bloodlines trailer that came out? It looks pretty interesting. I love how they're trying to tie all the Final Destinations into one bloodline. So check out that trailer. Clown in a Cornfield trailer also came out. Looks pretty good. I'm definitely going to be seated for that. We also got the guy from, I think, Midsommar is going to star in the Mummy movie, which is going from Blumhouse, which I'm a little skeptical about. Lee Cronin did Evil Dead Rise. He's the director of that. He's a pretty good director. I'm still scared because Blumhouse is taking over for it, and Blumhouse has been very, very, very hit or miss. They just had the Wolfman come out. They got the Woman in the Yard coming out, I believe, this Friday, 3 days from when this is being recorded. I do not know if I will be seeing that. They're also got FNAF coming out later this year, which I guarantee you I'll probably go and check out. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to announce. Anything else coming up on the channel that I want to announce? I really don't think. I know the Hard Eyes spoiler stream is no longer happening. I got sometime a stream will happen. Maybe this Friday, maybe not. I really don't know. Anything else that I want to announce before we get into the podcast, which is 6 minutes in of our runtime. I don't think we have an allotted runtime for this podcast. They range from 40 minutes to 26 minutes. But without further ado, let's get into Fear Pharm 2. This originally came out, I think, 2021, 2022. I remember I bought the DVD for it. So, Fear Pharm 2. Where do we want to start? I really think this movie is not even close to the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. It had that feel, the ambiance that I talked about in the very first review for the Fear Pharm 1, and I really, really did enjoy that movie. This one, I just found it hard to enjoy. So basically, the plot for this one is, I'm not going to spoil this one. It's basically they're making the skincare. We've established that in the first review. And they have so many patients that they're harvesting their, I don't even know what the fuck they're harvesting anymore. Genes? Genes. They have the genes. The gene that gives you red hair. What they call it. I forget the exact name for it. But they have so many subjects they're harvesting from, and these subjects revolt and escape, and it just devolves into the crew of maniac killers having to go and hunt down these guys as they're running through the corn maze, and the dad is flipping his shit because he doesn't want to get caught, and the daughter's being a badass. The daughter's a badass, and you have the idiot kids running through the maze, and you have his idiot helpers. Then you have one dude in a football helmet. I kind of felt bad for that dude. But basically, they go through and these characters are so fucking dumb. Like, they are like, well, we're all gonna split up. Fuck you guys. So two of them go off in one direction. The smart people go stay together. Like, one of them gets like throat slashed. Another one. There's this one scene in the movie that like this is where the movie lost me, and it's like 35 minutes in. If you lost me 35 minutes into your movie with an extra 35 minutes to go, this movie's like an hour 15 minutes. But they lost me. And so there's these two, I forget names. I didn't even bother to learn the fucking names for this movie. It just pissed me off that bad. Josh was in disbelief watching this movie. But they're running through the woods and they get cornered. And one of them makes a noise. It says some fucking dumbass shit, and the killers catch them. And one girl is like, "We'll make a distraction." One girl grabs like a weapon and just starts running, and they chase her. And the other girl's like, "I'm gonna climb this fence." It's electrified. The fence is electrified. That's all I'm gonna say. She grabs the fence and she's just there, and I'm like, "Let go, let go, let go." And this goes on for like a minute and a half. She's just, and then her eyes blow up and pop out of her head. And I'm like, okay, you got some cool gore there, but really, why? Why does this have to happen in the movie? Like, and then there's another scene where they grab the dude in the helmet. He's special needs. He's a special needs guy. He was meant to stay in the building and guard, is what the killer dad said, because they didn't want anything to happen to him. Well, he escapes and he's running through the woods, and the girl from the first one catches him. I forget her name. Like, this movie, I didn't bother to learn shit from it because it's not that good. It was a big letdown for me. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of the first one, and then I was like, okay, maybe the second one is gonna be good. No, I can see why there's not a Fear Pharm 3, 4, 5, 6. This one probably killed the franchise, and this is no bad to the director. He made a movie, he did good with it. I just didn't enjoy it, and maybe you'll watch this and you'll enjoy it yourself. But so they're running, and they get the kid, they get the guy, and they're holding him hostage. They're like, "Tell us the way out, or we're gonna kill him." And the dad's like, "Please don't kill him. I can't bury another son." Because they already buried the mother. I talked about in the first review, they buried the mother because she got her head knocked on a rock and bled out. But basically, he's like, "I can't bury another son," and he points them the way out, and they're like, "Okay," but he's like, "You're not like you're gonna get there." And so after this, they get the information. One of the girls just kicks the son into the trap, arrows into the back, he dies, dad freaks out, vengeance path set. One of them escapes into a trailer, and you're like, whoa, and the man seems like he's gonna help. The other girl gets immediately duels with the daughter and gets captured again, the voiceless girl from the first one. And the other girl makes it to a trailer, and lo and behold, the guy in the trailer's working with the family, and they show up, and she gets killed. And so then you get back to the warehouse. They've captured the girl from the first movie. And so he's like, "I'm not going to live in a world with somebody who killed my son. She has to die." And the daughter's like, no, we need her. We need her to study. And the dad's like, "Fuck that. No." And he stabs her. And I forget. Does she die? I'm pretty sure she dies. And then they cut forward, and they're trying to sell this to a bunch of other countries. I didn't know exactly what country. I think there's a few countries there, but they're trying to sell off their product, and they make a deal. And they're like, "Welcome to the family," and that's supposed to tease Fear Pharm 3, Fear Pharm 4 maybe, Fear Pharm 5, which up until 2025 we haven't gotten an announcement for or anything. I don't know if Fear Pharm 3 is happening. I assume not. It's been like 3 years. I assume this movie isn't doing good enough to get another sequel. I know the first one got a sequel, but I don't know if they're going to give it another one. I don't know exactly how good these movies did, because I don't think they were released in theaters. I think they were released straight to DVD. And they're on Tubi, I'm pretty sure, if you want to watch these. That has been the plot review. Now, this movie, I don't hate it like I would say is my top 10 most hated movies in, like, what I'd be talking about and, like, the lists that are coming up. It's not a good movie. Did I find some enjoyment in it? Yeah, the kills were okay. The acting was better than some movies I've seen. But, like, it feels kind of pointless to me. It just feels like this movie really just didn't need to happen. The first one ended pretty fine with, you know, her being caught. I didn't feel like we needed to see her escape. It's cool she escaped. It was cool we got this movie of them hunting them through the corn maze. It's got some cool shots, but, like, I don't feel this movie really needed to be made. Josh called this movie his Gutterballs, which big. So I guess, is this your most hated horror movie of all time? Which I guess I don't think I'll ever plan to top that. He said it was worse than The Strangers Chapter 1 for him. But I don't think I'll top that unless I don't plan on showing Gutterballs anytime, or Camp Blood, or any of these horror movies I hate. The closest thing to a horror movie I dislike you'll get on this review is maybe Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But I don't, like, absolutely fucking despise that movie like I do Gutterballs or Find out more about gutter balls in one of these videos, probably. Maybe. It's on there. But, like, this movie just feels like it didn't need to be made. Like, I got like 35 minutes into this movie, I kid you not, I was ready to fast forward and just be like, I'll figure something out. Like, it wasn't enjoyable at all. And the sound was alright. It sounded pretty good. Directed okay. I mean, I don't really know anything else the director's made besides these two Fear Pharm movies. I don't think he has made anything else. I mean, the masks were cool. I guess I can give that a comment, but like, not all this movie was good. It's basically like a big nap. Like, I encourage you to check this out, form your own opinion, but I'd rather take a nap than watch this. And I don't really take naps. So, rating Fear Pharm Part 2. I gave Part 1 last week, like, what, a 6? This one's getting a 3 for me. On the scale of Insidious Live Show to Fondles My Booty Cheeks. I think that's the scale. It's getting a 3. It's not going to get a flat out 1, because there was some stuff I enjoyed, but it's the scale of this is just a 3. Like, I thought I'd enjoy it more because I enjoyed the first one, but nah, I really didn't enjoy it. And it seems like a more depressing review for me, because usually I'm upbeat and screaming and stuff, but like, I just don't have a lot to say about this movie, man. It's just, I'll do it. Like, cast was great. Like, I'm not gonna bash the director. Like, all I got to say is look forward to House of Wax next week, because that's when you'll get a more animated podcast. I still find it funny that Billy the Puppet has a LinkedIn. I'm gonna give this I'm giving this a 3 out of I think it's out of 10. Josh, what'd you give it? A 1? I'm surprised he didn't give it a 0.
A -10.
Oh, he's giving it a -10. So this movie is really the Insidious Live Show one. I haven't heard anything else about that show. I don't think there's going to be anything else about that show on this channel. That's the fact that we've named our rating scale after it. Anyways, this has been a shorter episode of the podcast. Don't plan on any more episodes being this short. Hopefully not. I think I've got a lot more to say about the upcoming episodes, because they're actually movies. I'm gonna be a little. This is gonna be a little mean, but they're actually movies I give a damn about. But this has been the Real Guys podcast. My weird advice of the day. Never sit in the Easter Bunny's lap when you're over the age of 8. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to go pretend to be the Easter Bunny and lay a bunch of jelly beans as eggs. I guess. Anyways, once again, thank you for watching the podcast. As this goes along, it'll get a lot more better. This is just in the early stages. This is going to go fine. This has been the fourth episode of the Real Guys podcast. We made it to 4. All I can say is we're trucking along and we're making it to 4. Anyways, make sure to reel it in. I don't have Josh here to do the little fishing hook thing. Stay safe. Leave your reviews of this movie, anything you want in the comments, if you have any opinions about this movie, and we will see you with our next video. I don't know what that'll be. It might be another podcast next week, or there might be a surprise drop, depending on what I want to edit. Anyways, guys, see you whenever we see you. I am Landon. This has been the Real Guys podcast. Fear Farm 2 episode. Yay. See you guys.